Hello to my wonderful YouTube subscribers. This is Rich King Coaching YouTube channel, and this topic is all about effect. For those of you that saw the first video on my forehand, I'm discussing about how grip tension and pressure through the grip can help you create different effects over the ball, and also in turn more challenges for your opponent and more alternative ways to affect the ball in different areas of the court. Now, some of the key principles that I said before were grip tension should never be really strong or tight because it's very restrictive. It doesn't help the natural biomechanics through the body kind of work as one, as a whole movement system. So you do generally want to have a relatively light grip, but there is a lot of benefit to when you have a little bit of squeeze or a little bit of pressure through your fingertips. And I say there's probably three key areas where this can help. One, it can be the preparation or take back of your racket, just as a really assertive, quick preparation, lifting from the hand and the finger. So here I'm going to have to put a bit of pressure to bring the racket up. Can also be at the top of your swing. You know, you're really showing your opponent, right, this is my ball. I'm going to do something really dangerous with this shot. Be worried. And then there's also then the point of contact with the ball where you can kind of tense, I don't want to use that word, but kind of put more pressure through the grip at the point of contact with racket and ball. And then you're able to either shorten your follow through or lengthen your follow through to create more of a stun effect or more of a softness in the hand, which can leave the ball shorter. Now, what's really important to know is how and when to use them. If you become really, really skillful and really, really aware of the feeling through your fingers and the control in the racket and over the ball, then you can probably do it in loads of situations. But as a general rule, I would say if the ball is really fast and coming a lot of speed, or your balance is really challenged, then you're probably going to need a little bit more support through the grip tension in your racket head just to make sure it's not too soft and out of balance. And then obviously if you have time on the ball, then you have a bit more chance to put it in a little bit more softly. Okay, so let's have a look at the drop shot on my backhand now. So we're going to start with that more stunny kind of effect, and I'm going to basically have different kind of tensions in the preparation. Maybe it's light and easy here where my opponent thinks I can do anything. Maybe it's really firm and I'm actually showing that I'm going to be very attacking. But I'm going to focus mainly at the point of hitting. Just a little bit of a squeeze in the fingertips, not too hard, but enough to shorten that swing. And you hear that cutting kind of sound. This is a really quick stun drop shot. So it might just go a little bit further from the front wall that maybe, say, if you're playing it softer and with less speed and aggression, but it's still effective. So, and again, feeding the ball up, light in the hand, and then there's that kind of sort of little bit of a handbrake effect. But I don't want you just to grip super hard and stop the swing. You still need to follow through and get that effect. Now here's if I'm playing a bit softer, lighter in the hand. As you can see, it stays quite short. But one thing that you do need to be aware of is that it also gives your opponent more time to get to the front corner, simply because it's going there slower, okay? So it might stand, say, further in the front, okay? But it's going a lot slower. Let's try a few more with a little bit lower position. So now here's first one stun, cutting it in, and then soften through my grip on the follow through, and there's the soft one. So same thing for the kill shot. Here we go. Get a little bit more space, it was too close there. There's a good example. And now with full swing, off the sidewall, that's poor, so you see there it's too loose. So that's the problem if your grip tension is a little bit loose. You might lose the quality and control over the racket head. So you still have to make sure that the direction of your swing is really straight and guiding the ball properly. Otherwise, like this, if I'm a bit loose, you know, you see, then the ball's going off everywhere, okay? So you still need a little bit of pressure even when you're releasing through. There's the straight kill with more grip tension at point of impact. There's the straight kill with a full swing, a lot more loose. See the same here on the drive. Really aggressive in my movement now, going into that back corner. Okay. Let's see this also with a more ease and grip and a bigger swing. Last couple. A little bit short there. And then moving up in here, softer up. Hard grip tension at the end. And that's how you can create different effects over the ball with just the grip tension at different points of your swing. On preparation, the top of your swing, and specifically at point of impact with the ball. Play around with that a little bit. You'll get a lot of good results and be able to find different ways to actually challenge your opponent. And you're also making it less predictable for them to tell what style of shot are you hitting from what position or what swing, because there's not as much consistency in the different parts of the swing, and then it can become more deceptive. But I'll save that bit for the next video. All right, good luck, share your comments, and I hope that was useful. Have a little play around, and look forward to hearing from you all. Cheers.